All right, everybody, here it is. I just picked up the Bison trailer. Got shipped all the way from Pennsylvania down south here, 1,300 miles. Got here safe and sound. This thing is freaking a beast compared to this Protainer. Just the initial impression. I'll just kind of go over some of the pros and cons. We'll do a little walk around the Protainer first here. This is my old setup. I've been running this for about 10 months. It's been good. I've made some good money with it, but I've been scared to pick up some heavy loads with this thing because originally I had one of the hydraulic cylinders snap on me on a heavy load, which Protainer knows this is a problem. And they've got a new design here on the mount, but I had this reinforced by a local welder and had it repaired. They were really good. I will say about Protainer, the customer service. I've had several long conversations with Kyle, and they got this new cylinder out to me in a few days. I wasn't down that long. I was in between customers, so it didn't work too bad. But ever since then, I've been gun shy on this trailer. Picking up heavy loads, worried something's gonna break on it. That's kind of a walk around that, and I'll do a quick walk around the new Bison. Like I said, man, this thing is beefy. Just a little quick comparison. It's got 8-inch channel on the bottom here. This is a 6x4, I believe. On top of that, the frame rails are 8-inch by 3 versus the Protainer, which are 6x3. I mean, this thing just looks solid. Heavy duty axles, 8K axles versus the 7K axles on the Protainer. Got this nice roller on the back. Little kind of boxed in rail roller there. Scissor hoist. Same winch on both of them come up. I do like the come up winches on these. It's got a groove in the barrel that keeps your cable straight. You see that one's brand new. This one here, I've been using this for like I said for 10 months. Still in good shape. I always keep tension on it when I'm pulling it out, and make sure it gets in that groove in the barrel. I don't know, you can't really see it because it's wound around there, but like I said, it's got a groove barrel. It's a shortened cable length, and like I said, after about 10 months of use, mine's still looking good. I always keep tension on it. I don't let it get any slack coming on or off, and if it does get a little loose up, I just make sure it tightens up before I wind it up. So let's get into it. All right, like I was saying, 6-inch by 3-inch rails on the Protainer. You do have an extra roller, but I've found on my new cans that are a little bit more heavy duty, closer to what you find on a truck, I'm getting hung up on these rollers as well as these retention pins here, and where I had to reinforce these mounts. You can see got some scrape marks. So I'm having to tilt 45 to roll the can back to this point, and then I can go full lift to get it off to clear the rest of these. But if I'm on an incline or something, I can't go 45. I got to go higher than that, and then it just runs into issues. The frame here is just a 6x2 frame, and then you've got a 6-inch channel for the tongue. This right here, this plastic box, garbage. Although it has saved me where I've jackknifed the trailer a couple times and kissed my bumper, but with the Bison, it's all metal, it's solid, and it's recessed into the trailer frame there, so I shouldn't have that issue jackknifing it, or at least I can actually maybe get a little more articulation out of it. So that's one big plus for the Bison, as well as they have a built-in charge port right here. I guess while we're here, we'll start in the front of them. Get this open up. Bigger box, and the real game changer right here, which I haven't even messed with it yet. Like I said, I just got this home wireless, KTI wireless, or Cartech wireless, I'm sorry. Wireless controller for your winch and your frame, your tilt frame. So that's going to be a complete game changer. I can operate that stuff inside the truck or anywhere. So I'm looking forward to playing with that. I haven't even loaded it up yet. Plenty of room for storage, for extra items, for your straps or whatever. And it looks like we also have a backup wired controller in case your batteries go dead or you lose your remote. I'm assuming that's still going to work. And then the up down there as well. Here's your charger, wireless thing. One thing I'm not too crazy about for the Bison here is just this little bungee to hold the batteries down. I guess it works, but we'll see how that holds up. So that's the box. Like I said, you got 8-inch channel here versus the 6 on the Protainer. Couplers. This coupler is a lot heavier duty than the Protainer. Just looking at it, I like the style of it. Better latching mechanism. You've got one extra, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different levels of adjustability, whereas the Protainer only has 5 on it. And this coupler is just puny. I think I heard one guy say his was having issues where his was bending. I don't think I've had that issue that I've noticed, and I've had some pretty heavy loads on this thing. But yeah, so here's the box. The Protainer is plastic. I mean, to me, when I first bought this thing, it just looked kind of cheesy, and it is, but it's held up somewhat. And there's your batteries, your pumps, a little dust in here. Like I said, man, this wired stuff, it just gets all tangled up. I'm always fiddling with it, trying to keep it straight. It's such a pain. That wireless is just going to be such a game changer. Looking forward to using that. Let's see, our jack. We got a single jack, a little puny jack on this Protainer here. Whereas the new Bison's got dual jacks with a single handle, spring loaded. So when you're setting this thing down, if you got a can on it, I think it's just going to be more stable than what the Protainer is with the single jack in the center. Working our way forward. Like I said, this is looks like about a 6x4. I haven't measured this yet on the main frame. And then it's just reinforced all the way back to the fenders with that 8-inch channel. Super solid. Where on the Protainer, you just got, it's like a 2x6 with a 6-inch channel underneath going across, not reinforced all the way back to the fenders. Let's see, what else? KTI, I think it's KTI, 10-ton scissor lift. Like I said, Kyle's a good guy at Protainer. We've had many long conversations. The customer service has been good, but I could never, he could never really tell me what these cylinders are rated at. You know, he's saying, you know, I told him one time I had an issue lifting 8,500 pounds. Maybe my battery was low, I don't know. But he's like, yeah, that's about the max, you know, for the trailer. But I don't know. Bison, 10 tons, 20,000 pounds. That's going to be a good bit of weight. And it shouldn't have any trouble lifting anything I put on it to date. And just give me a little more, it'll give me a little more confidence in the setup for sure. So yeah, the rails, this trailer can carry the box cans, rectangular cans, square cans, whatever you want to call them, over the fenders, which mine right now are tub style. It's the only one I got left on the lot right now. We got to use this for a junk removal job Monday, then hopefully turn around, send it back out. This is a standard rail, just like the Protainer. Both these are standard rail. But with that, I've measured it. The cans are going to sit about 6 inches higher. And you can see, I mean, just looking at these two trailers side by side, how high the, maybe you can, I don't know. It is on a little bit higher ground over there. But so the Protainer rails sit about 6 inches lower to the ground, and where the Bison will be 6 inches higher. But that also works good as for dump angle as well, because with the Protainer, I've had issues at the landfill and even the transfer station where the bottom rear rollers are bottoming out before I can really get any kind of tilt out, depending on how much debris or whatever is in the way. So that can be an issue. I do like this little Bison logo built into the fender. That's a cool little, neat little touch for them. 14 ply tires. I I thought I had 14 ply tires on the Protainer, and then today I realized they're actually only 10 ply, I believe. They're rated for like just over 14,000 pounds. So, and I've had some weight on this thing, so with these 14 plies, definitely going to have some more confidence, and I probably got a heavy load to pick up Monday. We'll see how it does. I'm not sure about how these axles, they look beefy. I've never seen these kind. They've got, I think like a liquid grease in there. I'm not even sure how that works. I'll have to look into that. But the Protainer has just got the old Easy Lube. Pop that off, put your grease gun in there. But these new axles here have some kind of fill level, it looks like, on the outside of them. I'm not familiar with those, but they look beefier and they may work out better. So we'll see. I'll have to research that. I'm not sure, kind of working our way back here. Oh, also with these fenders, Bison, as you can see, fully wrapped fenders, whereas the Protainer are just open fenders. I don't know, I guess to save money, cut corners, but it just looks kind of cheesy, I guess, in a way. Another thing while we're here, so you see the Protainer got one little support beam in the middle here and one at the rear, whereas the Bison, you've got 3 pretty heavy duty beams. They look like they're 6 by 2 maybe. Definitely heavier than the Protainer, but you got 3 of them for that reinforcement. Just like I said, everything about this Bison trailer just looks heavy duty to me. I'm not sure what this big bumper is for, if that's more reinforcement underside. I don't know if that's going to be a problem tilting, catching debris or whatever. The landfill. I do like the rear LED lights on this thing. Okay, here's a little nitpick for the Bison. I see some wire hanging down. That's just little stuff. While we're back here, I did talk to another owner who had a heavy load on his Bison. That's about the only complaint I've heard. And I think he said his welds broke on the hinges here. And I'm telling you right now, looking at these, this is going to be a plus to the Protainer. The Protainer hinges, the steel right here, look like they're about double the thickness versus this Bison. So that may be something we have to reinforce down the road. Just, like I said, everything else about the trailer just seems so much heavier duty, but they kind of skimped out on these hinges for whatever reason. Maybe that's something Ben, who I dealt with at Bison, they can take into consideration and beef those up, because come over here to the Protainer, and that's like I said, it's double the thickness. I don't know, 1/2 inch steel on the hinges here. A little bit different design, but those just, I don't know. And just one complaint I have on the Bison so far after having it home for about an hour. And then this, it's got like a L channel, maybe 1/4 inch, if that, underneath of it. So that's all your weight coming down on that piece. I don't know how that's going to hold up, or where that other member's actually broke. Another plus for the Bison, I like the way they got their little hook hold here. Looks pretty solid. The one on the Protainer just did not hold up. It's still hanging in there. I think somebody else broke it off. This one's bent. I've got it hooked under there, but like I said, with these new cans, I got to max my my lift angle, and then I can't get the hook out from under it when I'm backing up because I'm too low to the ground. So then I made that mistake a couple times. Whereas this, I don't think I'll have that problem. I can back her up to my container, then unhook, keep tension on the cable. Like I said, I'll just grab it as I'm winching out. I get a leather glove in case there's any birds. I'll grab it as it's coming out, keep tension with my left hand, and then hook it up, and then keep that tension until the winch tightens up on the can, you know, just a little bit. And that's what I do to keep mine from looking like a bird's nest. I've seen some of these guys' winches looking pretty nasty. We got some extra holes in the fenders here. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe that's for a tarp mount or something, because they're on the front side too. What else do we got? The rollers. I don't know if this is some kind of reinforcement around the rollers here. I'm not sure why they got that squared in, but We'll see how that works out, loading the cans. Whereas the Protainer, like I said, I was getting hung up on stuff on these new cans. They sit about an inch higher on the Protainer, and that's just probably because the difference in the rail thickness. But these will be an inch lower. I don't see them having any issues getting hung up with the new cans. Unfortunately, I won't find out until tomorrow when I go pick one up, or I'm sorry, Monday when I go pick one up. Today's Saturday. We got these ratchets in the back here. I'm assuming that's to strap the cans down. Have not used or seen that setup before, whereas the Protainer has a gravity pin, which is nifty. But I made this mistake. I didn't know this existed when I first got the trailer. I was tilting down and winching up at the same time, and somehow at the perfect time I got over the pin but came down too soon, and it got wedged. I don't know, somehow it got wedged where it wasn't supposed to be, locked up the winch, and I ended up breaking my handle off on the winch the first day I had it, trying to get it loose. I had to back some stuff off, come up and figure out how to get this thing out of a bind, and they helped me out, so they were good. First I called Kyle. Like I said, customer service Protainer, I got nothing to complain about them. But the trailer, for the same price, at the same time when I ordered this Protainer, I could have got this Bison the same price, and they're probably about the same now. I just paid $15,000 for this Bison, and back then I think they were around $12,000, $13,000. Both of these trailers were the same price about a year ago. For the price, like I said, the Bison, just the build quality and the duty, I guess you could say, heavier duty with the AK axles, the frame, everything is just heavier duty on it. For the same amount of money, I definitely would have went with the Bison first time around. But I'm going to keep this Protainer for now as a backup, and maybe beef some things up a little bit. But I guess maybe I'm talking in circles. But yeah, so with that gravity pin, now with the Bison, I ain't got to worry about that. I can tilt, if I got a heavy load, I can tilt it all the way down, and I'm not trying to fight gravity pulling it up at a 45-degree angle, whatever, to worry about clearing this pin here. I don't have to worry about that anymore. So that'll be good. I can just get it tilted down, winch it on the rest of the way, and I think that'll be better and less stress on the winch in the end there. What else? Oh yeah. So now I got the same come-up winch. I don't know if it's the vibrations or what, but the screws backed out on this thing and it was loose. I got it zip tied on here. I couldn't find any screws to match it up, so now that I got this new one, I'll probably pull one off the Bison, try to match up the screws, maybe use some light-duty thread lock, and possibly do that on the new one as well to keep them from backing out. So this box doesn't come loose, but it could also be from pulling the winch cable in and out, you know, multiple times a day. Protainer does have a little bit of reinforcement down there. That brings me to my next complaint about the Protainer. The wiring. I mean, I guess it's looking like the Bison uses similar wiring, but you get this rubbing on this metal. I had one of the wires short out at one point. Luckily I caught it and before it did any damage, and I just wrapped a little extra electrical tape. They got it run through this metal too. I mean, I don't know why they don't use some kind of wire loom or something just to keep the insulation from rubbing on points like that. What else? I think I covered all the major points, but we'll put this thing to work here. I'm gonna load this can up here in a minute and see how it does. But like I said, with it being 6 inches higher, my new cans are 6 inches taller than these here, so I'm just gonna have to be real careful on my clearances. Let's see, and speaking of clearances, the Bison is 21 foot long overall from, you know, the tip of your rail all the way to your hitch point, and the Protainer is 1.5 foot shorter. So that is another positive for the Protainer. I haven't had a spot where I couldn't get this little bumper pull in yet. So I'm gonna have to deal with that extra 1.5 foot with the Bison. Hopefully it won't be a problem. I've been thinking about getting a single cab truck. That would kind of make up the difference a little bit, but we'll see how that works out. Let's see. I know it's a lot. I've been just ad-libbing here, but I just want to make this kind of short, but we're already, holy crap, 20 minutes in. So I think I'm going to wrap it up there, and that'll just give you an idea. I would say if you're just getting started and you're looking for a roll-off setup, I would definitely go with the Bison. I haven't put it to work yet, but just looking at them side by side and the specs, definitely a heavy-duty trailer, can handle those heavier loads and not have to worry about stuff. And they're around the same price, standard rail. So if you upgrade to a truck later on, you know, you ain't got to worry. But like I said, with the Bison, you can run the box cans, which can be smaller, shorter in some cases, with the wider width. And that's probably the route I would have gone from the get-go if I would have known what I know now. So with that, I hope that helps somebody make the right decision. I'm gonna sign off and try. Like I said, I try to keep this short and sweet, but I guess I'm just long-winded. So y'all have a good day and stay grinding, stay hustling.